I have fibromyalgia, and next week I'm going to find out whether I have cancer or not. The reason I am sharing with you this very personal experience is because I have learned critical lessons that I believe is important for me to share with you. I have had fibromyalgia for over a year now, and I'm sure that you all know what I'm talking about that point when you get that diagnosis of fibromyalgia. It's a real mix of emotions. You're absolutely relieved that there is a name for all these symptoms, all these weird things that you're feeling, and there's an actual name for it, so you can now move forward in a way of knowing how to manage it. But also there's that kind of dread as well, that you've got this chronic condition, and let's be honest, the medical world don't really know too much about fibromyalgia. There's still a little bit behind the times because they can't fit it into a box, and because you can't just solve the problem by giving out pills. They don't really know what to do with people with fibromyalgia. So you kind of got that mix of emotions, but also you've got this label. You've got this label of fibromyalgia, and with that label can come problems, because of course if you have any other issues, let's say for instance a headache, you may have like this constant headache. Now of course if you go to a GP, then they're going to just put that down to, of course, oh, it's fibromyalgia because you're in that fibromyalgia box. But of course it could be a lot more serious. And the same with other chronic illnesses as well, so you may have fibromyalgia, but it doesn't mean that you can't go on to get rheumatoid arthritis. But you'll have to fight for getting those checks done because you're in that fibromyalgia box. So with me, I first started getting this ache in the side of my jaw, and it felt like all my teeth were aching there. And when I started like eating like hard food or chewing, I was getting this real stabbing pain which was in that side of my face. And this went on for a little while, and at first I put it down to fibromyalgia, but it was very much constant in that side of the face and what was happening. So I thought, okay, I might need to get this checked out. But because where it was, and it felt like my teeth were being affected at first, I went to the dentist, and of course the dentist ruled out there was nothing untoward there. There was nothing actually wrong with my teeth or my mouth as such. So I went to the GP, and at first it was a bit of a slow process, but I did get sent away for an ultrasound, and it was quite a while before I got the results of that back, and they still didn't really know anything. But what happened was I then got fast tracked in the NHS for possible cancer, and you kind of get fast tracked. You're supposed to then have a diagnosis within a month's time. Whether that happens or not is another story. But I got fast tracked, and I had an MRI, and the MRI results showed that I did have a tumour which is in my salivary gland, but it was still didn't have any results on whether it's cancerous or not. I won't go into details, but it's quite complex there. You can have different types of tumours. But I then got sent off for a fine needle aspiration, I think it's called. It's a FNA, and I've had that done, and I'm waiting for a consultation next week. But with the consultation I've already have had, I'm aware of these different types of tumours, and even if it's not cancerous, I may still need an operation because obviously, one, you don't want some kind of tumor growing out the side of your face, and two, that type of tumor apparently can turn cancerous if left. So even if it's not cancerous, it's a good chance I may still need to have an operation. So I will have to see on that. Kind of the good news is it is good news. I don't know if it's true or not, but the doctors who did the fine needle aspiration, they actually took it away there to see if they had, see if it was good enough for them to analyse. And they did say to me then, just from the shape of it, that they don't believe it is cancerous. But I'm taking that with a pinch of salt for now, because until I get that consultancy next week, I don't really know. So if it is cancerous, at least I believe I caught it in the early stages. It could have been a lot worse if I just thought about that the pain and everything there, the aching. If I just presumed it was fibromyalgia, to go along with all the other aches and pains that I have. But the key aspect of this, and this is, I believe, a very critical lesson here, or critical point, I should say. If you do, you have all these aches and pains, but if you have this constant ache or constant pain somewhere, which is in a particular place in your body, something that just doesn't just like go away, come back, but it's very constant in what it is, have it checked out, because it's so easy for us to have fibromyalgia just to think it's just another symptom, it's just another thing of fibromyalgia. But if it's something that's constant, it's worth having it checked out, and really push for it as well, because of course, soon as the GPs see that you have fibromyalgia, they're instantly they're just going to be put you in that box, thinking, okay, it's probably that. But you might need to push that little bit harder. But believe me, it's worth pushing, because it may not be fibromyalgia. It could be something more serious. Anyway, please wish me luck for next week. My name is Mark, and this is Fibro Freedom Therapy. If you like this video, and if you want to know more about fibromyalgia, please just hit like, hit subscribe, and please help me grow this channel as a free resource to help those suffering with fibromyalgia.